Welcome to another season of Plaintiff Prep. In this season, Season 3, we're going to be talking all about mediations. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Mediation is basically just a negotiation where a third-party facilitator called a mediator tries to help all parties in a lawsuit to agree on a settlement. In other words, mediation is a formal negotiation where the parties get together and try to work things out before spending a lot of time and money to take the case to trial. Thus, if you and your lawyer agree that it's a good idea to try and settle your case before trial, that's where mediation can be very useful.
So, you might be asking, why would I want to mediate my case? I mean, after all, I'm mad at the person who hurt me and I want to take him to court. While it's certainly understandable that you'd be angry at the person or people who are responsible for your harm, trial is no joke. For one thing, trial is extremely expensive, especially if you have to pay experts for their testimony and participation. Some experts cost $5,000 or more per day to bring to trial, and some trials can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars once it's all said and done. Thus, mediation can potentially save everybody a tremendous amount of money.
In addition to being super expensive, trial is incredibly stressful for the parties and for the witnesses. The lawyers may love it. I, for one, love public speaking and presenting. That's my thing. However, the reality is that most people would rather swim naked with rabid sharks than to speak in public. And even if you think you're going to sound like the best witness in the world, when the defense starts dialing up the pressure at trial, you may freeze up, stumble over your words, and say things you shouldn't say. Nobody wants to go through that. Thus, if everyone can work everything out in a mediation, it can save the people involved a lot of stress.
Now, we've talked about how settlement can be good for the parties involved. However, mediation is also great for the courts. Our courts and court staff are burdened with a tremendous amount of cases. Some of these cases absolutely must proceed to trial so that the court can decide the issues involved. However, most cases can be settled if the parties come to the table with reasonable expectations and a willingness to compromise. Therefore, mediation is great for the courts because it increases judicial efficiency and keeps our court system from getting unnecessarily clogged up with cases that should be settled.